and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Madeline and I post a lot about mental health. If you're not new here, I'm still Madeline and I still post a lot about mental health. But anyways, today I'm going to be kind of giving you all an update as to where I am in my recovery journey. But before I get into that, I want to check in with the audience. I hope all of you are doing well and staying safe. I know that right now there's a lot of uncertainty, a lot of anxiety, and although it is difficult to take care of yourself even under more normal circumstances, it can be even more so now. So I want to take some time to have you check in on yourselves, pause the video if you need to, and I hope that you can reach out to whatever resources or support that you might need. With that being said, I'm so thankful that you're here, and I hope that this channel can be a safe space for all of us to navigate our journeys and support one another. With that being said, an update on my personal journey. So I saw a therapist for the first time in a few months this past week, and I had been a little apprehensive about seeing a therapist, I'm gonna be completely honest. Not because I had never seen a therapist before, quite the opposite, but the previous therapist that I had right before Corona happened was not a very good match with me, and because of that clash, I guess you could call it, it just left a bad taste in my mouth in seeking therapy again. But I'm really glad that I gave my new therapist a shot, and obviously it's too soon to say whether or not she is a good fit or if I'm going to get much out of it, but so far so good, and strangely enough, I'm kind of optimistic. So that's definitely something. Another something was my realization that my gap semester means I won't be able to see my dietitian, or at least not in the foreseeable future. And that I knew that eventually I would have to stop seeing a dietitian, or that eventually I would get to a place where I wouldn't need to, but I just didn't expect it to be so soon. I saw a dietitian for the first time in September of last year when I was admitted to IOP. For those who don't know what IOP is, I made a video series regarding my experience at this IOP. I'll leave the link down below. Kind of felt like I was a little baby learning how to walk, and then the universe just kind of prematurely ripped the walker away from me. And now I'm just kind of half crawling, half remembering how to walk. Not really knowing what to do from here, but I do have some resources that will help me, at least help me get through this part. I might see a dietitian again, I might not. Unfortunately, it's hard to find dietitians who are experienced with eating disorders, and it's even harder in the area that I am now than the area where I go to school. So that's going to be something that I'll have to at least look into as a backup plan, but for now, I feel like I actually somewhat know what I need to do to recover from here on out. And I was more so having my therapist confirm. What I mean by that is I know what a life without food rules is supposed to look like, more or less. I know what a balanced diet looks like. I know what's a food rule and what I genuinely do or don't like, what have you. And I need to be challenging these kinds of thoughts, and I know that the only way to get around my different fear foods, my different fears of eating out and what have you, is by doing those things more. I mean, obviously eating out is going to be a little bit harder because of Corona, but there are still many other ways that I can be challenging my thoughts. I feel like I've been getting to a point where I'm seeking validation from my dietitian to ensure that I'm not diving off the deep end or anything. When I started recovering, I honestly didn't really know what a balanced meal looked like. If I just kind of tried to DIY recovery at that point, I wouldn't be confident in saying that I didn't need a dietitian. But now I've learned the importance of different nutrients, both micro and macro, and have a better sense as to how to incorporate different parts of intuitive eating and less restrictive living in general. I just need to do them. Obviously, there's a lot of areas in which I need to learn about myself, nutrition, and what have you, but I feel like a lot of the growth that I need to do is on me at this point. And although I'm not saying I'm never going to see a dietitian again, or I'm not going to see a dietitian in the near future, I might redact this whole statement in a month or two. I think that not being able to see my dietitian so suddenly is, in a sense, a test for me to show myself that I can make it through and that I can use what I learned and actually practice it and show to myself that I can do a lot more than I think I can. And this is a terrifying realization for me. So I guess we're switching over to the iPhone camera. Trademark. I have filmed what I eat in a day videos before. At least one. I might have filmed more, not 100% sure. But before I was in treatment, I hadn't been seeing a dietitian, so I didn't want to be unintentionally producing and releasing content that's detrimental. While I was in IOP, I didn't really film any, mostly because with school, work, IOP, I was constantly drained all the time. And I mean, I did film that 4-part series, but that was pretty much all I had in me. And then by the time I was discharged from IOP, it was Thanksgiving break, and then it was finals week, and yeah. I guess the reason why I've been really putting off what I eat in a day recently is because I've been having the same exact thing every single day. And don't get me wrong, I enjoy what I've been eating lately. I've been having oatmeal without fail every lunch and a big Buddha bowl for dinner every day. But I can't say that that's 100% because I enjoy these foods and I don't want anything else. If I was told, oh, we ran out of oatmeal yesterday and today all we have is pasta, like, that would probably not end well for me. I think that that's an indicator as to where I am in my recovery. And of course, I can enjoy oats. They're nutritionally dense and I enjoy them, but I also need to be okay with other options too, once it's safe to go out again. I don't want to be canceling plans because I'm scared of food. I've done that way too many times in college, and I don't want to keep doing that. And I realize that the only way that I'm going to be challenging these thoughts that I have is through continuous effort. And that's not to say that I haven't been putting in effort before. I mean, I've been definitely trying to include variety wherever I could, but my efforts, I feel like, so far have been me kind of dipping my toes in the water, maybe up to my ankle, but I'm telling myself I'll jump in when I feel like it, or I'll jump in when I'm ready. But just like I wasn't exactly ready to do IOP, but I did it anyways, I think a similar thing could be said now. And so I guess that's kind of the direction I'm taking this channel and why I'm making the video. Also kind of because I like producing videos and I want to be okay with just doing things just because I enjoy it, not because I feel like I have the possibility of being something great. I mean, we all deserve to be happy. Hopefully this will be the start of a new era for me. I have a few ideas kind of bubbling, but none completely set in stone yet. I don't know what goes from here. But then again, Nobody does, and especially not right now. So I guess I'm kind of learning to be okay with that. With that being said, thanks so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you hopefully soon. See ya.